Hey, welcome back to A Song Between. Many people have said that Christianity will fade out. It will become unpopular because of science or because people realize they don't need it. But that just simply has not happened. Why hasn't our faith died out? We're going to talk about that today. Welcome back. This is A Song Between, and my name is Gray Ewing, pastor of New Valley Downtown. Thank you for joining us today for our march through the Psalms while we can't gather in worship. Today we are looking at Psalm 145, a psalm of praise, and so I'm going to read a portion of it for us. Before I do, let's take just a moment to quiet our hearts and come before the Lord and be still before Him. Psalm 145, verse 4. One generation shall commend your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts, on the gracious splendor of your majesty, and on your wondrous works I will meditate. They shall speak of the might of your awesome deeds, and I will declare your greatness. They shall pour forth the fame of your abundant goodness, and shall sing aloud of your righteousness. Verse 10. All your works shall give thanks to you, O Lord, and all your saints shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and tell of your power, to make known to the children of man your mighty deeds and the glorious splendor of your kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. Psalm 145 is a psalm of praise. In fact, it's a psalm of generational praise. And I want us to ask the question today, how is it that Christianity has lasted as long as it has? Now, that may be a funny question to you because you may be coming to me as a Christian today and thinking, well, of course it's lasted because it's the truth. It's the truth about reality. But many people have said that Christianity at one time or another would fizzle out. It's been very popular for people to say, this is what will be the death knell of faith. This will be the end of religion. Science will be the end of religion. And, whatever new technologies come out, this will be the end of faith because people will realize they don't need to have this faith. Of course, that hasn't happened. In fact, the very opposite has happened. It is a well-documented fact that the world is getting more religious, not less. More people are believing in God and trusting in Him. That's true for the Christian faith. That's also true for the other world religions. The world is getting more religious, not the other way around. How is that the case? When it comes to our faith, why is our faith growing stronger when many people have said it should grow weaker? Well, the truth is because, as our psalm says today, it's passed from generation to generation. This truth has been around for a long time and continues to inspire generations. Just think about this as if you were a sociologist, maybe one who didn't even believe in God. What would explain the growth of something like our faith? What would explain how big it has gotten and the staying power? Does anything else, sociologically speaking, have that kind of staying power? We would say no, because of the greatness of our God. And what we see here is a couple of different things in this psalm that shows the preservation of our faith. The first thing that we see is that what happens on the inside, that's going to be the first thing. The thing that happens on the inside then gets spoken on the outside. And that's kind of the movement of the Psalms, as the psalmist talks a lot about in this psalm and others, about meditating on God's words, being delighted by God, seeing Him as the ultimate good thing. And he says so here, one generation shall commend your works to another. But then he says this, on the glorious splendor of your majesty and on your wondrous works I will meditate. I will meditate on your greatness. And then he says, then they shall speak of the might of your awesome deeds. I will declare your greatness. He goes on to talk about how this generation will tell the children, to make known to the children of man your mighty deeds. See, what happens on the inside gets proclaimed on the outside. And so sometimes I talk to people that are struggling with the fact that they don't evangelize very much, they don't speak about their faith, and they're struggling with that. And I ask them about, what's going on in your faith? What are you excited about? Because what happens on the inside gets shared on the outside. That's the way that Christianity moves. He has done great things for me. On those majestic things, I will meditate, and then I will speak of your greatness. And because of the greatness of God, we have had generation after generation who have come and have meditated on these truths and found them personally delightful, and then shared them with the next generation. How long is God's kingdom going to keep growing and keep getting stronger? Your kingdom, verse 13, is an everlasting kingdom. There is no reason for us to believe that our faith will get weaker and weaker ever. We have seen how good He is, the goodness of God, the Father, Son, and Spirit. And so His kingdom becomes an everlasting kingdom because His goodness is on display forever.